Hello, good morning, traders. It is Thursday, November 25th, 2021. This is Gbpjpy. I'm coming here from Bangkok, Thailand. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone that is celebrating the holiday today. I want to do a little Thanksgiving special. I want to do Gbpjpy, and if I have time, I'll break down Euro USD as well. So I want to break down from the start of the week just so we can have a nice, clear understanding as to what I'm going to do next. When I put my period separators up, we can see the week began. It's the 25th right now. We begin on the 21st, so we're going to go back to the 21st. So this is the start of the week right here. As you guys see, the market ended last week in a bearish run, and this week has been all about recovery. I've seen nothing but a straight uptrend at the beginning of the week. Then there was a slight decline, and then there was recovery. Then there was a pullback to retest the lows of that recovery. And right now we are looking like we're currently on our way back to the upside. So I'll be looking for longs as of today. I'm a day trader, so at the end of every day I do close out my trades. Yesterday was a very, I say it was a consolidated market. Didn't really give me much. I actually entered the market yesterday. I didn't do much recording past couple of days because I've been refining my approach. But I seen the market come into an uptrend yesterday, and it was retesting the highs of the day before, the 23rd. And I didn't really find a favorable setup. I did not want to take a short because it didn't look like there was much room for a short. So I actually stood out of this trade. And as you can see, it definitely did go down, but one thing it did, it went down and it bounced back up. And as you guys can see, it didn't even complete the full day's ATR. It moves on average about 100 pips a day. And let's see, from high to low, it moved about 75 pips from high to low yesterday, and that was not a full day's ATR. That's also indicating that it was just not a good time to trade the markets. I mean, if I were looking for any type of trade setup, it would have been above 153.98, and price never went up above 153.98. So I'm currently still looking for a break above 153.98 to potentially take price to the upside. I did take a loss yesterday in Euro USD. I'm going to go over that shortly, but I just want to just break down GJ and explain my fundamental bias and where I plan on taking this pair up next. So time to put down some technicals on the chart and to mark up some areas of confluence. So I see a resistance area slightly above. Just going to mark that right there. See another resistance area that we're currently testing, and there's one more area that I would like to mark as reference is an area of support down below. There's a couple areas of support actually. This is the 15-minute time frame, and I don't want to congest the chart, so let me just back up a little bit and do it on the 4-hour. So there's a confluence area right there that we currently see price trending above. There's an area down below that we see price could potentially go down towards, but as a matter of fact, that's a minor area. I want to just mark up the major areas and keep it moving. So that's a major area. This would be another major area. And this is going to be another major area above. And if price does break through the ceilings of that, we could see price going as high as 153 or 156. So I have my areas marked up for my weekly moves. I'm going to go down to the 30-minute time frame now so I could explain the rest. This is a down wave. This was a manipulation. You can clearly see price is currently hiking on its way up. So this is the move that we're currently going to calculate. I'm going to draw a Fibonacci retracement. We can see that the end of this move is down below. It's not that much farther, so if you were going to swing this trade, it's not a bad time. With a 65 pip stop loss, I think you'll be pretty solid if you're going to take a swing trade to the upside. If you're going to take a day trade to the upside, though, I would just wait a little bit more for a buy stop entry. I don't normally do buy limit entries because what tends to happen is price would go down, trigger your buy limit, and then if your stop isn't wide enough after the buy limit, then it's going to trigger your entry and then possibly go and stop you out with momentum. So buy limits are only really useful if you're using wide stops. If you're using tight stops, don't go for those. Me, I'm not a fan of buy limit orders or sell limit orders, so I personally like to either go in at market or take a stop order. Right now, I'm looking at these highs of 154, and that's what I'm going to be focused on, the break of 154. So I'm going to draw my minor area of resistance slightly above 154. There you guys see minor area above 154. That's about 18 and 20 pips away. And I don't really care about this area of resistance at 154.1 or nor this area of resistance right here at that point. Neither do I care about 154.3 because there's no, to me it's not relevant. It's not a significant area of resistance. I do believe price is going to push through there with enough momentum. So without further ado, I'll just place a buy stop order right above at 154.025, and I'm going to wait. We're currently in Asia session, so I don't really plan on doing too much else but sitting aside and waiting. If price does go against this position any further, hey, it's just more opportunity for me. I would deem this setup invalid at anything below 153.1. So I have until 153.1 to enter any orders, and this is a big gap. This is a big space in between. And where would I be taking it? Well, TP1 would clearly be right above where I placed my first area of confluence, which is about 68 pips away. That would be TP1. It's Thursday, so do expect some midweek reversals or volatile moves. We can see that price is already taken off about 13 pips on the day. So it is very bullish, and it is very safe to take a buy right now if you are going to take that swing trade with a stop loss slightly below around 40 pips. But for me, I'm just going to wait for further confluence because I just want my stop loss to be below the low of the day. This is a safe time to enter a buy, like I said, is any time right now, as long as your stop loss is below the low of the day, around 153.6. I do believe that you do have potential to continue to take this on the upside. Once again, I'm going to highlight TP1 right there, 154.7. TP2 is going to be another 139 pips away. I would actually set my target at TP2, seeing that it's Thursday, so 156 point. So 156 flat is where I'm going to aim for my weekly target. Then I set my stop loss is going to be anywhere below 153.2. Let's see where that. Okay, so this is a 98 pip stop loss. Of course, this is pretty wide, so I guess I wouldn't really recommend that. But if you were to take a swing, you would have a 98 pip stop loss. This is 1 day's worth of ATR for 197 pip take profit target. So you're looking at about 2-to-1 reward risk ratio. But of course, as a day trader, we look to refine our trades a little bit more. So I'm not actually going to place my stop down below there. If I do enter a trade right above, I'm going to look into the smaller time frames to find my stop loss. So what can we see right now? We can see an uptrend, and then we see a pullback, and now we see some sort of moves happening right now. So we know the Elliott wave sequence is a high. We want to look for a higher low, higher high, followed by a new higher low, and then a new higher high for a successful uptrend to be that's how we identify a successful uptrend. So as of right now, we see the higher low, the higher high, the pivot to place for a potential higher low, but we need to see the break above this high for the move. So once we do see the break above that high, I could actually move my stop loss a lot closer. So that's what I'm going to do right now. And this is hypothetically speaking, you know, assuming that price will reach up there. It's pretty obvious if price does tap my buy stop. At that point, we can see a higher high, and this could be marked off as the low, and that will give me about a 74 pip stop loss, which is much better, but it's still not that great because, of course, it's 74 pip stop loss, and I day trade, but I also scalp. So I'm scalping into my position, and that 74 pip stop loss is still not justifiable. So without further ado, this is where I would actually put my stop loss as a day trader / scalper. Not right there, sorry. I get about a 37 pip stop loss. So now I've refined my stop loss. I have my buy stop and I have my profit target. You guys can all see live right here. I'm aiming for about 200 pips and I'm risking about 40 pips. Let's, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. It's about a 4-to-1, 5-to-1 reward to risk ratio, and that's pretty much my move for the rest of the week on GJ. Let's see how I'm doing on time. If I'm under, I'm just above 10 minutes, so I'm actually going to end this video right here. You guys can see the setup for GJ for the day. Like I said, there's daily targets, there's weekly targets. I'm aiming for a daily target of 154.7. Let's just highlight this one more time. That's going to give me a nice move to the upside. It could settle a little bit below there, so if I am looking for a precision exit, I'll be looking for somewhere around 154.5. That's going to be my exit psychological area, 154.5. That's about a 52 pip profit target for my trade, and I'd be risking about 37 pips, so it's like about a 1.5 to 1 reward risk ratio on the day. So I'll be taking about 70% of my positions off at this point, and then I'll let the rest of it run towards my next targets. If it does break above here, I'll be basically taking off another 10 to 20% of my position, and then I'll be looking to enter some buy stops above once I see a successful close above monthly highs, and we'll take it on from there. Hopefully this makes sense to you all. I'll follow up with you at the end of the week. Trade safe and happy holidays.